What's up, everyone? It is time for News in Motion. You're probably saying, what in the world is Gail doing on here this morning? I'm just on here to have some fun with Lexi. So I'm going to actually turn it over to Lexi. And as you all are coming in, y'all come on in the room. When you come in the room, also share this. It is so important to share. It's not sharing that people see us, it is sharing so that people can get the information that is needed. I think that's so important today that we do that. So just hit that share button for us. It helps with the algorithm and it allows people to see that we are here and we are bringing you factual information. What you got to say about that, Lexi?
Absolutely. I'm all for it. We need the true information today. Good morning. Good morning. News in Motion family. Slow down. News in Motion family. Come on in
Girl,
the
you
room.
got this. Just because I'm sitting here, just keep flowing, girl. Keep flowing.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Mom and Jeffrey Allen James. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in, as Miss Gail would say. Let's get this thing rolling. Hey, y'all.
That's right. Get it rolling, girl. Get it rolling.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. How are y'all? Hope your day
Y'all got to
is
remember, I'm not the young person. I just think I'm young.
Hey, stay as young as long as you can. Live life.
I see Marion coming in up here. Mary Owens from LinkedIn's coming up in here.
Hey, hey, hey.
They are rolling. They are rolling. What's up, Adrian?
Of course, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Hello to everybody.
Hello. So we say hello to everybody. You're probably wondering, where's Isaiah? We all pray for Isaiah. Isaiah is a little under the weather. He's not feeling good today. So I did what I needed to do. I said, okay, I can get in there, but I'm going to really let Lexi run with it today. But y'all, they are experiencing real life situations. So I think it's a great life lesson. And trust me, y'all, she jumped right on in here, ready to go. What's up, Diane Ladybug? Yeah, Diane, it's day 12 of birthday celebration. What's up, Kenya? Yes. Kenya saying good morning to yes, it's been too long, Kenya, too long. She says hi to her praise and worship buddy Lexi.
Hey. No, I'm always ready. Just give me a call. We go to church. Let's go to church.
See, she ready to go to church. I'm ready to go to church. Go ahead, y'all. Share this so this can get out there. Let people know to come on in here and to support. This is still Young People Takeover. I'm just pretending to be young today. Hello, somebody.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe, share it all over the place. Make sure everybody knows. Your friends, your family, nook, boo boo, baby kids, all of them. They need to know. Okay.
Listen, and I need to give a shout out to both Isaiah and Lexi. Although Isaiah is under the weather, I need to give a shout out to them because early morning we were working through the notes that we had to go through to make the shift, and they were up, willing and ready to do whatever needed to be done. They're serious troopers. They're here, they're ready, they're live, they're all the way in. And hey, I just want to say that yes, Kenya, we are praying that our nephew feels better as well. All right, Lexi, I'm gonna give it all to you, girl. We're gonna go to the intro, y'all. Y'all just keep coming in here. Do us a favor, y'all. Share this. We'll be right back. And we are back. So, Lexi, I want to start off with today is a serious day. It is Amazon Prime, girl. It is Amazon Prime.
Let's talk about it. Absolutely. Y'all, did y'all hear what happened? My feelings got hurt. Miss Gail will tell y'all the information. I'll comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was talking about her 50% off and Amazon Prime and what she's going to buy or can't buy. And y'all, Amazon Prime is all the way live. So, Lexi, I'm going to let you talk about it since you the one got your feelings hurt.
I'm ready. See, I was ready for Amazon Prime, but if I'm correct, it got just to make sure we got canceled. I just want to make sure the Amazon Prime did get canceled. Ms. Gail.
I didn't hear it did get canceled.
Am I incorrect?
No, girl, it's on today. July 12th. And I think 13th and 14th.
My days are wrong. Let's rework this. Today is the 12th and the 13th. Tomorrow's the 13th. It's Prime Day, everybody. So let's make sure we get our coupons, because you know us, how we like to get our coupons a little, get a little 50% off, 75% off, depending on what it is. But we love a good coupon, a good deal. So make sure you go and snatch it up real quick before it's gone, because they're going to have deals all day today and all day tomorrow till 12 midnight. So you make sure you get it in and enjoy it.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. I see your dad on here. What's up, Pastor Williams? What's up, Kimberly Graves and Dr. Antoinette? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All right, girl, I'm giving it to you. I know that today is January the 6th. Today is July the 12th, but we're talking about January the 6th committee. What you can say about that?
It is. So the January 6th meeting update, the new time for the meeting will occur at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time rather than 10 a.m. Tuesday's meeting will be led by the Democratic representatives, including Jamie Raskins of Maryland and Stephanie Murphy from Florida. So make sure we stay updated and informed, and make sure we tune into that meeting to get all of our information that we need and keep up with the polls.
Yeah, listen, I want to know if Steve Bannon is showing up. That's all I want to know. He was probably saying, I'm going to face this criminal conviction. Let me go ahead and act right, because people are throwing out names. So what are we going to do about that? That's what I'm thinking that's happening. And by the way, shout out to Jeffrey Allen James, who told us yesterday that the time has changed. And so at first it was set for 10 o'clock. Then Jeffrey Allen James alerted us yesterday morning that it was 1 o'clock. And then I went searching for it on the January 6th committee website, and they went back to 10 o'clock, and then all of a sudden it went back to 1 o'clock. So just check your local listings, but I believe now it's set for 1 o'clock. Now, Lexi, I don't know about you, but when they have them at 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't have the right snacks.
Right.
I need the 1 o'clock or the evening action.
Exactly. To 10 a.m. a little too early for me to deal politics. My brain's just still waking up at that time. Wait until 12. I can click in. We can say hello. Oh yes, big brain's coming in now. Okay. We're not. Let's just control ourselves. Be able to take in all the politics and new information. That's just so much and overwhelming at times.
Right. The snacks have to be right. It has to be right.
Anointed.
So I'm gonna turn it over to you and let you go with your stories.
All right. So first of all, it's attraction towards racist laws, according to truthout.org, the source today. So first I had to do some research a little bit, because I didn't really know what reparations meant. So according to Merriam-Webster, reparations is the act of making amends, offering expiation or satisfaction for a wrong injury or wrongdoing. So Senator Georgia Kim Jackson stated in Georgia, the concept of reparations is a politically dead issue. It shall not and will not move. Jackson was raised in a farming family. She is also on the Consumers Affair Committee. In the state of California Reparations Task Force, they are also compensating survivors of the sterilization. And mind you, Georgia is a Republican-led state, and California is a Democratic-led state. So you can see why the Reparations Task Force would be more open in California than it would be in Georgia. I quote from truthout.org, while California is looking comprehensively, advocates in Republican-controlled states like Georgia are hoping for a narrower victory focused on farmers. Because in this case, farmers weren't necessarily being treated correctly, and they would like reparations specifically towards them. Republicans in Georgia expressed large opposition for any reparations at all in the state of Georgia. Preliminary recommendations is the new form of compensation to individuals removed from their homes due to things like park and highway construction, or even denied inheritance to anti-miscegenation laws. Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has said he opposes reparations for slavery since, I quote, "none of us currently living are responsible." Okay, so what do we think about that? None of us currently living are responsible.
That's a good question. Let's talk about it. You know, I think so often, and we can go back and forth here. I think so often people just want to wash their hands of this and say, you know, hey, I didn't do it, so I'm done with it, without looking at the fact that, okay, there were some disparities. There were some situations that occurred where we stole. Many people have their land has been stolen. People have the labor. Just even thinking about building something like the White House and who was a part of that and they didn't get paid. And there's been so many other things out here. I think people just want to say this has nothing to do with me. But in response, it's like, well, it may not have anything to do with you directly, but don't you think these people need to be paid, or the families of these people, and the land given back to these individual people? I know it's early, Lexi, but hey, what do you think about that? What's up, Cheryl Cosby?
I think you got to take some responsibility and say, yes, this did happen, but how can we do better as a community, and unite and accept that this did happen so we don't repeat and our next generation doesn't have to deal with the same exact thing we dealt with 200 years ago. We don't need to repeat and have cycles going on, because it happens too often in so many things politically and nationally.
Yeah. For those of you who are coming in here, y'all, it's still Young People Takeover. Isaiah is not feeling well today, so I came in to sit down with Lexi, and we just decided to have some fun here. So I'm letting her carry it, though. I'm letting her carry it because y'all can see already she is awesome in what it is that she is doing. I'm also seeing here, Lexi, Kenny Stanley is saying, will Steve Bannon spill the tea today? I don't know. I don't even know if Steve Bannon's showing up. All I know is that he didn't want to go to jail.
Right. That's all.
That's all. So, girl, what you gonna talk about Twitter and Elon Musk? I want to hear this. I'm coming out. I'm back on if you need me.
So, Twitter versus Elon Musk. Twitter is now in the process of suing Elon Musk for not coming through on the deal to buy the company. Twitter has gathered an intense or highly thought of legal team to make Musk go through with the agreement to buy the company. The lawsuit should be dropping earlier this week. You guys, it's crazy. So what do we think? Comments? What's going on?
I actually think the man's brilliant, but I think he got himself in too deep on this.
Too deep? Yeah,
too
absolutely.
Deep. Because I think when he started seeing the Tesla stock fall, he was probably like, wait, hold up, wait a minute. This is my baby and things are happening here. So, but here's the part that's crazy to me, Lexi, and you tell me what you think about this. He has to pay $1 billion if he gets out of this. Now, $1 billion is a lot less than $44 billion, but he has to pay this $1 billion. It appears that he doesn't even want to pay the $1 billion. It's like, come on, dude, do something.
Right, you got to do something. I think he has the perfect opportunity if he really doesn't want to take this deal. But I mean, with the money and the network that he's making, I believe he should be able to pay this $1 billion and get it over with, instead of having a whole lawsuit be put against him for suing. And we just got to make smart decisions here.
Yeah, smart decisions for sure. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I still, and this is a little petty of me, Lexi. I know you heard me yesterday say this. I've been talking about this since April the 5th, and I said right here on News in Motion, he was not going to complete this sale. So I don't know why people don't tune in on a regular to hear what we have to say, because we are always on it. So we got the receipts to back it up. I've been talking about this since April the 5th. It is now July the 12th. I told y'all he wasn't buying it.
Absolutely. We predict the unpredicted. I mean, we get it right. We just get it right.
Hey, y'all, before Lexi continues with the news, I want to share this. We are seeing a great outpouring as we're doing the Young People Takeover this month. And as Lexi and Isaiah both have shared on last week, that we're looking to continue this some way, shape, or form during their school breaks and things like that. So if you have a young person who has a love for media, we go through teaching. I show them how to vet, how to look at articles, how to connect the dots. Even this morning when we knew Isaiah was not going to be be able to join us. I said, okay, you can take it and run with it yourself. I can jump in there and help you. I said, I don't think you need me. But her notes, when she sent me in her show notes, because I said, I'm gonna need to see your run of show notes. When she sent those babies in, they were packed, they were defined, they were the bomb. I said, this girl has really gleaned from what I've shared and has run with it. And I am so excited to see the work that you're doing, and so excited that you decided to partner with us during this young people takeover this summer. So you are the bomb.com, Lexi. But y'all, if there's others of you out there who want to participate, we're going to do another training here soon. So get on when you can. All right, Lexi, back to you. I hear you're talking about something called seasick.
Absolutely. Just thank you for the opportunity to be able to do stuff like this. But yes, encourage your kids to try and intern, and coming from Miss Gail is a wonderful thing. It's some hard work if you're willing, but it's a really great opportunity. So thank you again to her for the opportunity. So Seasick, a doctor in San Francisco Bay Area by the name of Dr. Meg Archery, if I'm correct. She's an OBGYN and wants to launch a project called PROESS. This is in all caps, PRROWESS. PROESS would be a ship that would not cross restrictions of the state when it comes to abortion laws. The project would at least take $20 million for a vessel and to cover the cost for operations. That's a lot of money, but what do we think over abortion laws? And Ms. Gail, come on in. But what do we think here?
Wow, when I saw that article come through, that press release, I said, wow, people are doing whatever they need to do to make sure they service their clients, their customers, their patients. It's going to take a lot of money. And the question is, how far out at sea do they need to go to be able to perform these so that it's no longer considered in the United States of America? So that's going to be interesting. But hey, y'all, put your comments in there. Let's talk about this. And as you're putting your comments in there, I'm going to jump over a little bit. Now, Kim Edmondson says drastic measures. Give us a little bit more on that, Kim Edmondson. What do you mean drastic measures? We want to hear what you have to say about that. Going back, Mike Nicholson says, I'm going to sue you to buy my company. Nah, I'm going to sue you to keep my company and take your money. Well, there's that. Kim Edmondson also says when it comes to Twitter that she feels bad for the Twitter employees. And then Cherie, what's up, girlfriend? She says all stocks are falling at a tremendous rate. Not a good move for Elon. Not a good move at all. No. And then Kenny Stanley said Elon is going to have to come off more than $1 billion to get out of this hole. It's going to be an interesting thing, y'all. I want y'all to also recognize, and Lexi and I talked about this earlier today. There's so much going on. There's different news stories that are dropping here, there, and everywhere. And I don't know if they're designed to distract us. And again, I say we got to figure out our passion and stick with that as we're doing the news and as we're going about our advocacy work that we're doing. So, Lexi, how do y'all balance this in high school when there's so many different news sources coming out?
There's so much. I think there's some high schools who try to keep it local and stay with their local news and try not to overthink it. But when you watch so much of our national news, you see so much information to take in that you don't know how. So I think it's about some of us just finding one place that we can stick to that we know is trustworthy and can really say what needs to be said without being biased, and very honest and very down to the fact. We're very fact checking here in News and Motion. So that's why I stick over here and tend to my business. Instead of saying the national news, they skip what they don't want us to see, don't want us to hear, but we got to have the truth. And so we don't repeat things. And that's why I stick over here.
Yeah, I want to go back to the story yesterday that I talked about. The governor signed into law that you have to now be 8 feet away from a police officer, so you can't really get a full recording. And I talked about how once a precedent has been set, you start seeing it started in Arizona, you're going to start seeing it in other states. And you didn't really hear about that. We had to dig for that. And now more and more people are talking about it, but we had to dig for that story. Even when it came to the pregnant woman, yesterday that we reported on, where she was in the HOV lane. And the police officer said, I only see one person. And she pointed to her stomach and said, no, there's two of us in here. And how that's already unfolding. So there's different stories. And it's like, okay, there's so much happening. Where are we supposed to look? What are we supposed to do? But we cannot forget about voting, because we cannot be drawn away from that either. So yeah, it's a lot going on. And I also want to bring up, Lexi, I'm now pulling in some of what Isaiah had prepared, the Uber whistleblower. Did you see that story?
Yes, I did.
I mean, wow. So even with that, so we're like talking about, do we get on Uber? Do we ride Uber or not? Yeah, there was 124,000 files of confidential company record to the media. This man named Mark McGinn, he's a whistleblower. He just put it all out there. He's Uber's former chief lobbyist for Europe, Middle East, and Africa. He came forward yesterday. And he talked about how they didn't care about standards and policies. And we've been worried about some of these young women who have been in these cars. And we had to say to make sure that the child lock wasn't on, so that if you're in the back seat, you can get out. I mean, so much is happening. Lexi, would you feel safe going in an Uber by yourself at this point after yesterday's news?
I feel like after yesterday and hearing what happened with the whole Uber situation, it's about more being cautious, because I have some family members who also work for Uber. It's you just have to be cautious, know what's happening around you. Always take a friend, just take the safety precautions. But right now, not necessarily I would ride an Uber by myself. But
Right.
with a friend, maybe somebody that I can trust, I know is always watching out with me and being observant, just knowing what's going on. Because if you don't pay attention, you might end up in a bad situation.
That's it. John Gore jumped in here. Hey, what's up, John Gore? Great pictures of your vacation with your family. He says a contract agreement stated $1 billion. We're back to Elon Musk. If don't go through, so he should pay. Don't feel he should be required to fulfill the contract to purchase, just like most realtors agreements. If it is not done, if it is not done if it's not done getting to the closing table, but you pay the earnest money set aside. Okay.
That's a good point.
All right. So y'all saying Elon needs to come up with 1 billion. Okay. Dr. Antoinette says, so is the IRS changing its codes as a pregnant woman can claim her unborn child is a dependent for tax purposes? Great question, doctor. Great question. Cherie says people are crazy. Mike said, that's what I said. There's so much going on. Lexi, let me ask you this question. As we're feeding off of each other. As I am sending you all, because I've been telling the viewers how often we get press releases. As I send you and Isaiah the press releases, do you ever become overwhelmed? Do you ever identify one set of let's see how I say it, genre, if you will, and you pull from that? Do you go by what you're drawn to? Let the viewers know the process that we're working through these reportings and you're doing the research so they can get a feel for, even with the young people. I'm like putting it on you left and right. So talk about that so people can see how we bring up these news stories.
Yes. So when I get sent a press release from Ms. Gail, there's a lot of information. I try to skim over a couple articles to see what first I would be interested in hearing from the news, and then trying to widen my perspective for every age and make sure it's something that's not just national news is just saying. So it's something that you haven't already heard already, something that maybe dug up, that hasn't been heard of before. But that's kind of it for me. I go for my personal opinion, widen my perspective, and then make sure that it's credible, which I already know it is because it comes from Ms. Gail. You know, Ms. Gail's the queen of credible. So I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, absolutely. That's just what I go through. But I think it's a good process and it's a wonderful thing to be interning here. So That's me.
I'm just glad you're hanging out with us. Hey, the 2022 Primetime Emmy nominations will be announced this morning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's going to be live stream as well. And then I know Kenny Stanley's going to be mad at me, but I got to say this anyway because I just think this is the bomb.com. Former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice joins new ownership group of the Denver Broncos. I'm sure he'll break that down more tomorrow. But now this is where I want to get to before we get to our inspirational message. You're going to also do a sidebar with Simone Biles and Ellis. I can't wait for that. And then your national days. But Meta Facebook launches an AI-based knowledge tool to verify online information. Now, I think it's about time because I've been hacked, as I was sharing with you before this show, so many times on Instagram. And I see John Gore on here. He gets hacked all the time on Facebook. And even with Instagram, when we submitted a report, and I want to thank Adrian Gaddish for letting me know about this, because this person was using my name, my likeness, everything. They were pretending to be me. Well, the report came back yesterday, Lexi, from Instagram saying, we don't see anything that violates community standards. This person is not pretending to be you. I'm like, that's my picture. That's my name.
Exactly.
And they're trying to sell stuff and get money, and that's not me. And so of course I responded back to that. But can AI really help with that?
I feel like we, especially the social media as a whole body, could be more careful and precautious and more hearing what the community has to say, at least the social media community, of when it comes to their safety. Because I see literally every day, too many posts of, can you go spam this account? This isn't my account. Could you please make sure you don't get hacked? Take the precautions. But the precautions that are being set aren't enough for the hackers. It's the hackers easily get through like that. And you're like, hey, this isn't me. And like you said, it's not enough. It's you're getting hacked, and what are you supposed to do about it? You're like, this is me, and what do you mean? You're telling me I'm not me? Look at me, I'm me. And you see anybody else that looks like me, so you want to take my pictures and my name and say things that I would not say. So there needs to be more precautions in place instead of just the AI change and like facial recognition and stuff like that. And they already have that on things like Instagram, but I know so many of my friends are like, this isn't working. I've tried this so many times and I'm still getting denied. And they have to start over with a new account over and over and over again. But it's unfortunate with how many people are getting hacked each day. It's just so many crazy things all in one day.
Yeah. John Gore said, Lord, yes, hacked all the time except paying my bills. John, you saying pay my bills. Kim Edmondson says she's agreeing with you, Lexi. She said they need to do more to protect our profiles. It's really, really bad. Some of y'all know that I have different protections now with News in Motion because, and on my Facebook page, I'm doing pretty good here because of what we're doing and the number of views we receive and our estimated reach. But when it comes to Instagram, we were trying to work through some things. They kept saying that I did not meet a certain standard to get these extra things that I have on Facebook because they're saying I'm not me. And I produced my driver's license. I produced my social security card. I'm like, this is me. But I'm like, it's social media, so whatever. You know, I'm going to move on. But I'm glad we're not getting hacked in other areas. Yeah. All right, so I need to hear about Simone Biles because I know you're going to break it down for us.
Absolutely. So, guys, it's insane. It makes me go nuts. But Biles versus Ellis. So Jenna Ellis is an attorney for Trump. She tries to shade Simone Biles after receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Ellis goes to Twitter stating, fittingly, Biden awarded his presidential medals to fellow losers Biles and Rapone, I believe it's pronounced. But if we go back to look, her fans went nuts. Well, first, one of her fans by the Instagram name of Angry Bunny let Simone Biles know Jenna Ellis calling Megan Rapone and Simone Biles losers is comedic gold. Especially since those two women have 9 Olympic medals, and all Ellis will be known for is Rudy Giuliani's fart recipient. And then she tweets back, Simone Biles in specific, who is Jenna Ellis asking for everyone? When this is a very smart comeback to the youth. And so later, one of her fans, Jenna Ellis says, sorry, Simone Biles, you can't date me. One of her fans said, have you ever gotten over this one yet? Or are you still feeling really hurt? Boo-hoo if they are. Then someone said, I can't stop laughing. Simone Biles won 19 world championship golds, 4 Olympic golds, and is the most decorated gymnast in U.S. history. Megan Rapinoe won 2 World Cups and Olympic gold and was named best player in the world in 2019. He says, going towards Jenna Ellis, you lost 63 lawsuits and got farted on by Rudy Giuliani. That's what you're known for. Guys, this is crazy. Absolutely.
Twitter for the win. Twitter for the win again.
Twitter for the win. Absolutely.
Wow. Crazy. I'm going to give y'all the quick inspirational message, and then Lexi's going to come back with the national days for today, and y'all want to hear these national days. Real quick, the inspirational message for me, I've been rereading the book of Ruth. And there were several things that have really jumped out at me when I'm going through the book of Ruth. There's only 4 chapters, but what has jumped out at me was the fact that Naomi was always speaking when they were headed back, her and her daughter-in-law, in the negative. Everything she was trying to empower them to do, she didn't see those things within herself at all. She was wanting them to go and to be with their family and to love, and they have so much to offer, but yet and still she was bitter and she couldn't see it. She couldn't feel it. She just didn't have what she needed to have a positive outlook on life. So when I was reading that chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then we get to 4, we see a different story. But reading up to those 3 chapters, I was like, wow. What was it that allowed her to be so negative? Was it losing her husband? Was it losing her 2 sons? Was it not feeling significant? What was it? And what I believe that happens for so many of us today is that we focus so much on what's not working instead of focusing on what's working and the opportunities that we can have, and how we can even take those things that may not be working well in our favor at this moment and turning those things around for our good. So I want you to think about when you're going throughout today, I want you to think about, okay, I may see this cloud and this may be negative, but what's one positive thing I can see into this and apply it to my everyday life? So I want us to start looking at things differently and not focusing on the negative. Even today, it's supposed to rain here in Central Ohio. It's supposed to storm here in Central Ohio. And, the negative is, man, I just want to get out and have a good time. But then the positive is, well, it's going to water my grass because my grass looks like hay. So I need to figure out a positive here. But in life, our everyday journey, it is so easy for us to focus on the negative. And I am begging you to start focusing on the positive. So that's my inspirational message for today. Lexi, you have anything to add to that? I can't hear you, Lexi. She went. Oh, okay. I'm like, where did you go?
Yeah, because the dog, I just want to make sure she didn't go crazy, but that's all. Let's see, because mom's leaving, they're attached like this, so you just gotta be careful. So I think that's a great thing to say for inspirational messages, keeping the positive outlook on life, especially in the youth, because we have such a nagging and a negative outlook sometimes on life, specifically Gen Z. That's what we're known for to some people. It's just keeping that good support group around you, always talking to friends, and keep yourself involved in things so you don't have to be overcrowded and muffled by the things put in front of you, maybe by the news, and that you're just not ready for. They're not ready to intake that. The conversations aren't being had that need to be had. But just change your perspective in the situation, and maybe things will get better, and stay connected to God always.
Yes, always. I see Isaiah popped up in here. You better be sleeping and taking care of yourself. John Gore says, keep the Keep the glass half full. Isaiah said, y'all speaking today. I love Isaiah. And then Kim says, yes, focus on the positive. Y'all so much. I see you, Lori Wallace. What's up? Hey, y'all, real quick. We're going to pause for station identification. Lori Wallace is doing a phenomenal dance movement this August. Lori, please put the dates in the chat. We want to support her. If you can sponsor an attendee or sponsor a booth or sponsor just saying, I want to bless you in the work that you're doing in the community, please do so. Lori, please put that information in there. We're going to have Lori join us one day so we can ask her questions so that you can learn more about what it is that she's doing. We believe in supporting our own here on News in Motion. So I just want to give y'all a jump start. We want to support her. The other thing that's coming out, many of you have been asking about this. The book cover is done. I have 2 books in a magazine all coming out about the same time. The book called Inspire. It's the devotional. What we have done, we have compiled all the inspirational messages from right here on News in Motion. Of course, I added to them. It's over 400 pages of a book, but it's like a daily devotional. That's going to be coming out soon, y'all. It's going to be coming out soon. We will start our pre-orders coming up in the next week or 2, but we will put the image of the book in the chat on Facebook later today. Carl Wright, many of y'all know him. He helped. We went back and forth with the cover, and y'all know I was not talking to somebody in a moment because I was trying to go one direction. He was trying to take me another direction. I was like, whose book is it? And so all of a sudden he said, well, it's your book, but this doesn't look good. We got to go this direction. He ended up winning the fight. So we will produce that. We will put that out there later today. So that's happening. Y'all, Lexi is doing an amazing job. Isaiah is doing an amazing job. They will continue throughout the month of July. And I want us to show them some love as well. I will get both of their cash apps later on this week, and we will post them. And I want us to show them some love. Lori said it's called Festival of Movement, August the 13th. The Grace Awards will be August the 14th. And she put her cash app, Evolve Productions, in there. Thank you, Lori. I want us to make sure that it's in there. Hazel Johnson, let me tell you. She said the book sounds nice. Let me tell you, Hazel. I was going through, because Camille, our virtual manager, is helping me bring all those together and then getting it to an editor and all that. I mean, it's a lot. It's a process to do all of this. And I was going through some of the previous inspirational messages and was crying. I said that. And so just to go through it and see everything that was out there, it's amazing how God will speak to you if you make yourself available. So I'm real excited about that. I have not produced a book in a few years now. So now I have 2 coming out in the magazine all around the same time. It's been a little bit overwhelming, but I was like, wow, God is still speaking. And with that, if you are not a member of the Patreon, go to patreon.com/Gail Dudley. There are different levels that you can join on that as well. With that, I'll find the link to put up. But Lexi, tell us what kind of national days are going on today.
You guys, it's crazy. So today is Eat Your Jello Day. It's Different Colored Eyes Day. National Pecan Pie Day for our pecan pie.
Wait a minute, National what?
Pecan Pie Day. National Simplicity Day for our simplistics. Paper Bag Day and Cow Appreciation Day, which happens every second Tuesday in July. That's absolutely
wow. Now, what's the Paper Bag Day? I've never heard of that before in my life.
That's new to me too. I would absolutely do some digging, but Paper Bag, now Paper Bag got a day.
And then, did you say Cow Appreciation Day that happens every second Tuesday?
Yes, ma'am. Cow Appreciation Day. I mean, thank you, cows, for the milk. I love my cereal. I love it. And some kids will say, you need some milk. You know, that's sometimes an offense and sometimes a good thing. Depends on the time of the conversation. Just be careful when you mess with the kid. You need some milk. Don't take it lightly. Be careful.
Wow. And you said Different Color Eyes Day.
Yes, Different Color
Eyes
Day.
The days we put up.
I don't know who makes these. I don't know who came up with it. I just go with it. You know, I like it. Something to celebrate every day, even if it's not my own. Something to celebrate. Yep. I'm not one who has 2 different colored eyes. You can see I'm a brown.
Hey, listen.
Brown eyes, but you know. I'm happy with what I got. 2 colors, y'all. I love y'all too. So y'all, y'all stick to what you got.
Well, Lexi, it's been a great morning. We had, just had to work through some things today, but I want to personally tell you, you are absolutely a pro. We figured this out. We put it together. We had our own conversations. I knew when to come in, when to go out. Y'all, it's all about being able to follow that character, that personality that you're working with. So I would go out and give it to her. And then I would say, okay, she wants me back in. So I would go back in and we would just flow with it. Y'all, we put all this together. So I want y'all to just give Lexi a standing ovation. What, about 6:30 this morning, 6:15 this morning? We knew we had to make some adjustments. Y'all, she's the bomb.com. She slammed on this today. It's absolutely amazing. You have a gift, and I hope your gift continues to make room for you because you absolutely have it going on. It has been a pleasure that you allowed me to be a part of the Young People Takeover today.
Yes, of course. I'm just grateful for the opportunity, and I love doing this with you. So, as Ms. Gail, you got to give 110%, not halfway. You don't have to have a glass half. You got to fill up the glass, let it overflow. But, I'm giving and the best newscasting station to be in the future. Okay, we're praying for it, we're manifesting, and I'm just ready for what's to come, and I'm grateful, okay, for this opportunity. And we love Ms. Gail here, and we're excited for her birthday countdown. Don't think we're not doing it. News in motion, we're turning it up, all the way up. Okay, celebratory glasses everywhere.
And you're gonna have your mini mimosa too.
Yeah, my mini mimosa. I shall come through with it. Mom will do it. Yep, because I didn't get the touch. The touch might have skipped me, but that's okay. The mini mimosa, we gonna get that. I'm not 21 yet. I'm still 15. We got some years to go, but I'm ready. I'm ready for my mini mimosa. Okay, love you too, Mom. I see the hearts.
Isaiah says, excellent job, Lexi. Isaiah, we missed you today.
Yes, we miss you. Your energy.
I love this. Train up a child. Mentoring is what we do. Blessed to be a blessing. I absolutely love this. John, just to even, I have full trust. I want to tell all the viewers who are still on here, I have full trust in Isaiah and Lexi. Like, even when they taken the show over, I jump in when they're setting up, but then I jump out. I don't stay in the background. I jump out. I come on the other side with all of you. I have complete trust in them. And then other people who are tuning in and asking questions, we start vetting, we start looking. But it's all about training up. As you said, John, I know you've been a mentor for years, so you know what that's like. And then you also have to let them do it their way. You can't have them do it your way because there's no two people who are alike. So it's been a joy. And I just want to say, and you have people coming in here, Lexi, on the chat. I just want to say how you pivot this morning is something that most adults aren't able to do. And I'm not just making it up, and any adult in here could tell you that. You was like, let's roll with it. Let's go. And we jumped on here earlier. We went back and forth. We shared some notes. But y'all, when I tell y'all her running show notes, I was like, go on, girl. She didn't miss a beat. And sometimes you have people who will take a shortcut. No, her notes were bullet point. I was able to follow everything she was doing. So I just want to say hats off to you, Lexi. And y'all, they'll be back on Thursday. Hopefully Isaiah will be up to it and can join back on Thursday. I'll be in tomorrow. Y'all, don't forget it is 1 p.m. today. The January 6th committee is 1 p.m. today. I'm gonna have my snacks. It's at 1 p.m. today. And then we will be talking about that tomorrow. I just wonder how Steve Bannon going to show up, how he's going to show up. Cheryl Cosby said, Gail, this is awesome with the young kids. Yes, training up. Great job, Lexi. Yes, that is leadership. Lexi jumping in. David Williams, Pastor David Williams says she gets that from her dad.
Wait a minute. There are so many things I could say to this, that, but I'm going to keep my business my business. I'm not going to shout you out like that. But wait a minute. It's all I got to say. We're going to keep it at that.
Uh-oh, Pastor Williams. Uh-oh. Lori said, Lexi, you are made for this. Gail is a wonderful model to follow. Your mom says, Gail, you are such inspiration to Lexi, and I appreciate you so much. It is my joy, y'all. It is my joy. As many of you know, Lexi is a News in Motion ambassador. She has been ambassador now for what, a year and a half, has it been?
Yeah, just about.
Yep. So she helps with the high school and everything that we're doing there. And y'all, more to come, more to come. All right, y'all know y'all ready to go to work and we ready to get out of here. We got some stuff to do. So let's be done. Y'all remember, stay well and everyone make some bold moves.